This week, we are looking closer at the EU's growth plan for 6 Western Balkan countries. It's worth $6.4 billion, and it's Brussels' effort to double the region's economy over the next decade. It would also speed up their EU path and offer some of the benefits of the bloc's membership. Leaders of all countries agreed to speed up regional cooperation to benefit more from this plan. It's also believed it will strengthen economic and political ties between the EU and the Western Balkans. But the EU requires a lot to be done before the money actually arrives. So what does the plan entail? It aims to distribute $6.4 billion over 3 years to Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia and Kosovo. There will be 2 types of payments, more than $4 billion in concessional loans and over $2 billion in grants. Well, the plan is based on 4 pillars, namely to enhance economic integration with the EU single market and boost economic integration within the Western Balkans. It is believed that this would add 10% to the country's economies. It is also expected to boost fundamental reforms and increase financial assistance. But there are conditions to be met by each of the countries. Well, these include ensuring they uphold democratic functions like a multi-party parliamentary system, protecting free media and fighting disinformation, and upholding the rule of law. They must also adopt restrictive measures against Russia as part of the EU's common foreign and security policy. Let's cross to our panel now. Joining me now from Belgrade is Neven Cvetićanin. He is the president of Forum for Strategic Studies. And from Podgorica, we have economist Mirza Muleshković. Great to have you both with us on Across the Balkans. Neven, let me start with you. What is the significance of the EU's growth plan for the Western Balkans?
Importance of this plan is economic help for the Western Balkans countries, help for reforms, and it's pretty much a geostrategic matter. European Union sent the message that on this geopolitical mess around the world, Western Balkans should be part of European Union, and that the European Union did not forget Western Balkans because of all this geopolitical mess in Ukraine, in the Near East. So European Union sent the message with this plan to Western Balkans. Please finish your job, reforms, and we will finish our job to get you inside European Union.
Right. We mentioned the conditions there, Neven. Let me go to you, Mirza. We are talking here about a lot of money, and mostly these are non-returnable funds. This is very attractive, I think, for all the governments in the region. But what are the chances that the leaders actually go ahead with these reforms and we actually see this money arriving in the countries?
Yeah, I just first thank you very much for the invitation. And as we heard before, this is really important for the whole Western Balkan when we are talking about a lot of money that's coming from the European Union, because European Union showed the will to grow and showed the will that they want to see all countries from the Western Balkan in the as the members in the EU. For this money, it's crucial to be prepared, and now everything is on the governments. Now governments should prepare good plans, and you mentioned the conditions. The first condition is let's show that we are going to change our systems, and let's show that we are going to implement rule of law and everything that European Union asking from us. From the side of the economy, this is really huge push for the economies of the Western Balkans, and with this money, as it is mentioned in the plan, European Union trying to boost our economies and to double it. So it is really important to have and to prepare administration for this for this huge job. All the countries need have the capacities, but we need to build more capacities in the state authorities, and also to open dialogue with everyone in the society to create better projects and to create policies which are connected with the EU standards, and which will show the will of the countries to change. And what is really important to mention that even it's grants, it's money that we will not back to the European Union. As one condition, it is clearly said that European Union will give the money if they see the reforms. So that is the key conclusion. And from my point of view, that's really important because with this, all the countries should and will show the changes, and then they will get the money from the European Union.
Right. It even says over there in the EU Commission statement that in case some of the conditions are met and then changed, the money can be even withheld and the funds could be withheld. So, Neven, let me go to you. What does this mean for Serbia's EU path? As one of the conditions is to align foreign policy with the EU's foreign policy, and we know that Serbian government has been balancing stance when it comes to the war in Ukraine and several other issues. Is this plan a chance for this to change anytime soon, as this money is very much needed for Serbia as well?
We could see that for Serbia, as for a big, maybe most important in strategic matter state of the Western Balkans, it's planned almost 30% of all money just for Serbia. Let's be clear and say to your followers to explain what kind of money is that. 2 billion it's grants for free, and other 4 billion it's loans to be returned under very positive conditions. So for Serbia, this could be good stimulating to change society, to change society in a matter of some reforms, rule of law, democratic standards, digitalization, and for Serbia, it's a means. But I think it's too early to say that this could change Serbia's foreign position immediately, fast, and I can predict that for some time Serbia will continue to balance between different geopolitical blocks, but sooner or later there is no doubt that Serbia will be, establish some deal with European Union. And let me to share with your followers some theses. If full membership for Serbia and all other countries of Western Balkans will be a big task, or maybe some impossible task, there is a plan B to realize some privileged partnership between countries of the Western Balkans and the European Union, and especially regarding, we must on the Western Balkans understand the European Union waste its resources for Ukraine, with its resources on this geopolitical situation. So maybe sooner or later we come to the point that instead of full membership will be some privileged partnership in a context that French President Emmanuel Macron point that regarding so-called step-by-step integration. So my answer to your question is for Serbia, it's a very important stimulations for economy, for reforms, but I don't expect immediately for Serbia to change its geopolitical position, its geopolitical balancing.
Right.
But sooner or later, Serbia will go in that direction. But we from Serbia could say just be patient, because our position is not easy regarding Kosovo, regarding open questions in the Western Balkans. But Serbia has a strong will, and Serbia has a serious interest to go in a European direction.
Right, extremely challenging position, I agree, for Serbia at the moment. Let me go to Mirza. Mirza, what it would mean for Western Balkans countries to finally unify their financial regulations? I want to talk here about how much money would be saved. I mean, we know how high the banking transactions for countries in the region are at the moment. And I do want to talk more about these changes that we might feel of, after this plan right away, as all residents in the Balkans.
Yeah, firstly, I would just say that with this plan, European Union pushed additional initiative for the countries in the region to change their legislation and to change their practice regarding to harmonization with the EU standards. And one of these will be for sure financial regulation and decreasing of the all the payments that we have to pay when we are doing some transaction with the countries in the region. It's clear that now it's really expensive, and with this, it will reduce these costs. And I don't want just to talk about the costs. I will talk also about the time that we need to pay some invoice, for example, from Montenegro to Serbia or from Montenegro to Bosnia. So it's really the initiative that will reduce time. When we are talking about the business, time is everything, and also the money. But with this, I hope that all the country will harmonize their national legislation with the EU, because we have now some initiatives going through the region which are not harmonized with the EU, and I'm not for this kind of initiative. Even we need to work together. Region should be more connected, but we have all to transform our systems and to be connected and harmonized with the EU standard. With this, we will become the member of the huge group of the countries where we will have a chance to work really quickly with all the EU countries, not just region, but all the EU countries. So this is really unique chance to reduce the costs, and this is a really unique chance to build up our capacities to become the really important part of the European Union. I have to agree that European Union now is in specific condition, and this initiative show that they need to grow. They need to have new members. And I think that finally we should use this chance and transform our countries, all the countries. I have to say that I am from Montenegro, and we are the leaders in the EU integration. And that is finally, after 2 years, we started again with a good work on the EU negotiation and integration. And I hope that we will become the next member on 2028. We will finish, I hope, all the obligation on 2028. And I hope that Montenegro can be a case for all other countries in the region to change the systems, because I can say that in Montenegro, really, when you're changing the system, you can feel the benefit of that. And that is, from my point of view, the only thing how we can improve our economies, how we can improve our societies. And there is no alternative for the European Union. And with this initiative and with this money, they showed what they want from us. They want strong economies. They want democratic systems.
Exactly.
Rule of law. So that is everything that we have to do and to become the member.
Neven, Mirza, thank you both for having us. A great conversation. And thanks for watching this episode of Across the Balkans. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.